the first couple of seasons are mostly white people. After they bring on Pastor Cal, they start bringing on more black couples. So I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely kind of start there. DC was a fucking wreck. Don't watch that shit. That shit was trash.
My fucking cousin was actually thinking about getting on that goddamn show. I was,
I
man.
mean, it could have ended up good. Like some of them still together. That first white couple, the one where the girl had the meltdown talking about basically he ugly, I don't want to marry him. Like they about to have their
Oh
first kid. Girl, she
god.
she did. She was not with
You
that
said
shit.
he's ugly.
She
That's
was
hilarious.
she was like, I'm not attracted to him, and I'm like, girl, you done already
That's
like you.
cold. That's
That's crazy.
cold.
Yeah.
It was wild. It was another girl who didn't. She married the dude, but then found like every excuse why it wasn't working and like broke up with him at the end. I'm like, dog, but you could have just been like, nah. You ain't even have to string this man alone. He trying to do everything he can to make you happy, and you just like, nah, nah, nah. Like that shit is crazy. Like I'd be ready to fight at the end. Like at that point, like, come on, you playing? I
Kind of
mean,
hateful.
but uh, the one black couple is doing good. Woody and Amani, they all off in love and shit. It's real cute. Um, they're doing good. Miles and Karen, that's the one where she's like, like constantly like testing him as a man and talking about, he not masculine enough because I don't know X, Y, and Z, and I'm just like, this shit is crazy. And it's like I don't know, I don't know what the fuck is up with her. She say she want to be
Oh, that's
together and
the
everything. You said, go ahead,
that's the
Chris.
one that wants her dude to be more masculine and stuff.
Yeah, and like ain't nothing wrong with this man. Like he a regular ass dude.
Mhm.
I truly do not understand. And so they've been like they haven't had sex or yet or anything. Like she
Damn,
doesn't.
she didn't consummate the marriage.
No, they have not. And like she does not kiss him or nothing. Any any type of physical intimacy that happens between them, he initiates. Like he'll, you
No
know,
PDA.
no, I mean they be in the house and she'll like there's nothing. It's
No
dry.
PPA.
She's said right facts, no nothing. And I'm just like you know, and he's told her like, hey, I need these things to feel wanted by you. I need these things like in my partner, and like she'll just be like, all right, but and then she just fucking won't. Um, so I don't see, I don't know how that's gonna work out.
So I don't understand how people get on these shows and then act like this. What makes you think anybody else in the world will want to get with you after seeing your ass like this?
Right after seeing you show
They
your
can't
ass.
possibly know what they look like though. They can't possibly think that this is bad. They've got to be like, yeah, I look good.
Like it
And
Yeah,
makes no sense to
then
me.
they see the cut and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm a monster. Like they probably don't know that they look like that. Like
they
Then they
probably
look.
don't like in the
I
moment.
mean,
this has been, this
that's
has
how
been
me.
cut together. They don't
Yeah,
imagine if your life is cut together. You're walking around just and somebody gets final cut on your life.
facts.
Like, no, these are the things I want to highlight about AJ. Nah, you can make anybody look terrible. I mean, they're probably still terrible just because they. I mean, it's not that the producers could hate them, right? And they could just cut them into like several situations. They're probably still terrible though. They probably are that person, but it's definitely been embellished for
Yeah, for yeah,
for entertaining you guys
yeah, for
as
sure.
they show how means are.
Just how
And
they do
I
the black.
mean, like she been like that from the beginning. Like so, she like got a text from one of the producers. It was a mistake, or her bridesmaid maybe got a text from one of the producers that had his name or whatever. And so she like looked up this man's social media, looked up his Instagram, and went back to them like, he too emotional. I don't know if I can, like, this is a big decision. I don't know if I want to do this. And I'm like, what? Like, how many women like be like wanting men to be more expressive, wanting men to be more forthcoming, and you like he's here. He's like, hey, this is what I got to offer, and you just like, know that.
Mhm.
Like I cannot. I don't understand it at
Sometimes you
all.
can't win.
I do not understand it. So I don't know how that's gonna go with them, because she's still talking that same shit. Like I don't know if you can be that masculine figure that I'm looking. And it's like, girl, what are you asking for? Like
To
it's
be
never
alone.
anything concrete or anything or anything like, hey, this is what you're doing that I don't like. Can you do this? It's always like, I need, and it's
She
like,
keeps moving the goalposts.
yeah, I don't understand. It makes
I
no
think that's
sense.
fear.
Dog,
I
you need
think
to
it's
get
fear.
out of there.
He need
It's
to
fear
get,
on
hey,
her
Bro,
hey,
part.
eject
She's
the
a
Cedo,
worried
cuz.
about herself. I don't think it has anything to do with him.
at all.
I think
So
it's
this
fear
is like,
on her part,
Nah.
and he just happens to be. She just happens to kind of keep shifting the blame. That's what that
yep,
sounds like to me.
yeah. And I mean,
Um,
you know, she gonna look back in 30 years and be like kicking herself because like you, they gave you, I mean, like a really good partner for you. Like they have a lot of stuff in common. They have, similar beliefs. They have, similar senses of like ambition and drive and stuff like that. Like all type of stuff that you ask for that like makes him a good match for you, and you just like throwing that shit away.
because
And
it
like,
don't fit her type.
it's
Don't fit
crazy.
her type. And unfortunately, that's how I had a conversation with my cousin about this, and she was like, "Well, there's no good black." Now, I saw an article or saw a show where they had a whole bunch of black men. They were good looking, but they talking about how black women didn't love them, blah blah blah. I was like, "See, there's no good black men." I was like, "No, that's not it. Because y'all standards always keep changing,
I mean, I wouldn't
and
say that for
y'all
everybody, but I
not
feel
for everybody, but
I get
for
your
most
point.
women who, saying, "Oh, I can't find a man. I can't find this, this, and that." They keep going to the same type. They keep going to the same type that they are quote unquote attracted to.
Well,
And when you
that's
find
definitely
somebody,
a woman's problem. Whether it's every, obviously we don't want to.
well, I mean, it's men too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's but that's what I was saying. Is like she obviously has that problem where
right,
because didn't I like I said I didn't watch it, but I remember not tech Nugget, I remember you saying earlier that just came out of a bad relationship, right?
Yep, yep.
And
Not even a year, I
all
don't think.
oh,
right
that was still fresh.
and yeah, and so she obviously doesn't understand what she wants because I don't know, but it just to me that's why that might frustrate me if I watch if I watched it.
It's extremely frustrating, and every like I be not I be, but my wife be on Twitter, and stuff like that, reading about it and talking about how like all our women be like, girl, give him back to the streets, and I be dying. Dying, like,
Wow,
Wow.
Give back
hey,
to
that's
the
they
crazy.
can't wait for this nigga to be single again. I was like, bruh, killing me.
It be like that.
Hey, her one friend is
Scandalous
real
out
bad. He
here.
should, try his hand.
Ask you this though, is so because I think the 90 Day Fiance is kind of like arranged marriages, right? And
No,
so
this is married at first
everybody
sight.
married at first sight. Okay,
Yeah,
so
but
it's
yeah, arranged.
kind of like arranged
No,
marriages.
it's 100% arranged. Like they don't meet
Yeah.
each other. They go through, like they get interviewed. They apply. They have a selection process. They get interviewed. They got to do like a couple of days of workshops or some shit. And then in order for you to get married, they have to find somebody who is an appropriate match for you.
Okay, so it is arranged marriage. Okay,
Yeah, 100%.
so so interesting question that I've ran into recently. Well, not in question, but interesting statement is that somebody said, "Oh, you know, at this point in the dating game, I'd rather have an arranged marriage." And I was like, "Uh, I guess
those are
so."
very those have a high success rate.
They do have a high success rate,
That's
and
because you don't get to make the choice. It's people who know you best get to make the choice
Yep.
usually,
I
and
think
when
they would arrange it to where it's the person like you said, the best person fit for you. And so like
Yep.
you have a lot of points or pitfalls or whatever that or stuff that you may not know about yourself that your friends know.
Yep. That they see that you don't see.
So, right. And so that's why they'll probably be the best. Um they would do the best job. So My question to everybody here is: if you weren't with your significant others now, would you do an arranged marriage or arranged relationship?
Eh,
No.
you're just saying randomly, like, or you're saying like,
Just like how 90 Day
you talking about
Fiancé,
like 90 Day Fiance, or like
married
my
at first
family,
sight. Married at first sight. I'm sorry.
I
or
think
married at
about it.
first. If my family, like my parents were involved, my siblings, especially
Yeah.
my siblings, not just my parents, because my mom wants grandchildren, so I can marry anybody.
But I have.
Yeah, my mom didn't care either as long as grandkids popped out.
Yeah. So yeah,
But if they
can't
saw
have.
that like it wasn't happening, like, would you agree to them arranging the relationship or marriage or whatever?
If my brother, especially my brother, if my brother was involved and my parents were involved,
I don't know if you
and
want your brother involved.
well, I trust him to know what I like. Like
Actually,
if
I
I,
said it back.
I just let my
I
parents
don't know
do
if you
it,
want your sisters involved.
I don't think they'd want to be involved. So I think we're cool there. I think they'd avoid it, and I wouldn't ask. But like, it had to be somebody I really trust, and I don't think I'd be super opposed to it, but I still probably wouldn't. I mean, I'd prefer to do it the other way.
Okay.
But I'm not completely against it. If we're talking about marriage, like this isn't just like you're hanging out or whatever. You're actually talking about somebody that you might spend the rest of your life with. It's
Right.
okay to get some. I ask questions even when you do meet somebody, right? You want your family to meet them because you want to know what your family thinks, right? You don't just go off and say I picked somebody. You want to
Right.
know how they vibe with your family and with your people. So
Yep.
those people are gonna be involved anyway. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would be open to it.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I'd be open to it. I wouldn't say like definitely yes or but like you know
I'd be
I
open to
keep an
the
open mind.
concept. I don't know
To
any family member or
that you trust.
that I would trust with that responsibility.
Mm.
But
Cash to do it for you.
It can't just be
conceptually,
one.
it should be good.
It can't just be one
Yeah,
family member. It has to be a
Right.
family. It has to be a committee
Has to be
of
a
family.
committee, yeah.
I can't identify any cohort of any size that I would trust.
Bruh. All right.
Okay.
Uh,